Hi everyone, Paul Akers, and welcome back to the American Innovator. This week we're going to Idaho to visit an amazing company, In the Ditch Towing Products, and Chuck and his team. Now, I've seen a lot of lean companies in my days, but this one takes the cake. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it at such a high level, and Chuck and his team is absolutely over the top with the implementation of lean and creating an environment that will blow you away. I mean, I have never seen a place so buttoned down, dialed in from head to toe. It didn't matter where I walked in their facility. Everything was near perfect. It is amazing how thorough a job his team has done on making sure that the work environment is, to quote Chuck, paradise. Everything is thought out. The hoses are thought out. Instead of tight winds, they do large winds. Every tool is color coded. All the toolboxes match. Every tool has a color band around it, so it's easy to identify where it goes back. The sinks have foot pedals. There isn't a single thing, I think, that I saw there that they didn't think about, because Chuck and his team are committed to continuous improvement. As Chuck says, everything needs to be better every day, and he's not kidding. And I mean everything. The bathroom. This is a heavy-duty manufacturing facility. They build everything from motorhomes to the inserts that go on the back of towing rigs. You name it, they do it. All kinds of metal fabrication, lasers, brake bending, you name it, they do it. And everything's been thought out. The Kanban system for all their nuts and bolts, all their supplies, down to the finest detail, they have executed it at the highest level. Now, this really blew me away. This is their raw material for all the steel and aluminum and stainless that they cut. And they have very little raw material. It's being delivered almost on a daily basis. These are the lasers that cut out all the material, and then we'll go over to the brake operator and see how they bend everything. But look at this facility. I mean, there's not a thing out of place anywhere. Everything's on wheels. The toolboxes all match. Everything's color-coded. They have a workboard that shows all the days of the week, and as the orders are progressing through the shop, there's no dust anywhere. All the trim is painted perfectly throughout the entire facility. Again, thorough implementation, creating paradise in the workplace. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I've seen some very nice things in Japan, but I'm telling you, Chuck's place is awesome. This is up in the R&D department, the engineering. They built all these workbenches and tables. Look at these things. They're just like, they're artistic, they're beautiful, they're stand-up, their people are engaged. I mean, what a pleasant place to work. No, forget about that. It's not pleasant. It's paradise. I've never seen anything quite like it before. And again, Chuck's team is really innovative. Check this out. This platform, I always say everything needs to be at the proper work height. Well, Chuck took it to a whole nother level. Chuck and his team, I should say, because Chuck would always give credit to his team. Now this platform rolls out. They made it automatically roll out to get in the correct position. It goes up and down, so you're working at the correct height. It goes back, and they coated the top with rubber to attenuate the noise so it wouldn't be too loud. Now we're going to go into the paint room, and I'm telling you, oh, this will make your head hurt. You know, paint rooms can be such a disaster. And look at this place. It's like a pharmacy. It's so perfect. Everything's Kanban. All the blue labels are all the Kanbans. And I'm going to show you some amazing Kanban systems they've done here. So these are the plastic buckets. The blue one is where you'd be pulling from, and the red one next to it would be the Kanban level. There's a Kanban card. You pull it off, you reorder the product. Now, it's even down to the pipe dope. You have the one on the left-hand side would be the product you'd use. The right-hand side you'd pull, then pull the Kanban, which is behind it. And the same thing goes for lubricants, down to the smallest detail. Look at these lubricants. The same thing. Kanban systems on the littlest things. Most people just throw these in a toolbox and say, hey, when I need those, let me go dig around for 5 minutes. There's no digging around for anything at this place, because they've made lean the main thing. Now, the innovation continues to the way they store chemicals and paints. They have a tray that could capture any potential spills. But not only that, they elevated the 5-gallon buckets off the ground, so if anything does spill, nothing gets transferred to the bottom of the bucket. So now they're not struggling with cleaning it or making a mess or putting a mess from one place to another. They've thought of everything. Almost everything. I mean, it was hard to see anywhere that hadn't been touched by continuous improvement. And so look at their bathrooms, and they have so much fun. I always say lean should be simple and fun. Well, Chuck and his team made lean simple and fun. Their bathrooms are fantastic with quotes all over the wall. You're sitting there and reading these inspiring quotes. And I have to tell you, I went in the bathroom and used it, and I found myself reading the quotes. I said, wow, this is really cool. What I like most about In the Ditch Towing products is the consistency in which their people have implemented lean. It's touched every aspect of their work, and it's being done with a lot of passion and a lot of excitement because, frankly, it just makes work enjoyable, and that's what lean should do. But the suction cups, check this out. So these suction cups were actually putting a mark on the stainless steel, if you will, when they sucked it up. So they put on these little tiny thin dust booties that actually eliminate any of the marking potential on the stainless steel, which eliminates the over-processing of having to clean the product.
So here we've got a very sophisticated brake, and he's making 100 to 150 die changes a day, so he can produce everything just in time. These are the parts. And a quick release, the part unlocks and comes back into place.
Now watch the back gauges work. Go ahead and form something, Sam. And the LED lights will light up here, showing where to put the part to bend it. We're also bending parts. We would have to, after every bend, the operator would have to slide the fingers back and forth.
Wow. You can't get enough of this. So you see that little light up on the top of the bar. That red light indicates where you need to put the piece in to make the correct bend. And then the part from the back comes and aligns it so everything gets bent at exactly the right point. So the interesting thing is they used to weld these tabs on, but their engineers figured out a way to bend it on, eliminating a lot of over-processing. Again, their tool boards are all shadowed out. Everything is consistent throughout the entire facility. And this door lock, wow, check this out. So you go out the door and the door automatically gets locked in position. And then when you come back in the door with your hands full, you kick it with your side and boom, the door shuts behind you. This is their innovation. This is the way they think about everything. No struggle. Work should be simple and fun. Now, their inventory on their metal was breathtaking because there was so little of it because they're doing everything just in time. It's kind of hard to comprehend people taking lean this seriously, but they did it. Everything's Kanban, and you're going to see in a minute how they inventoried their round stock, which I thought was very innovative. They've got round little cutouts. So number one, it's not rolling all over the place, and number two, visually you can see the Kanban levels as they progress down. So every detail, everything,
Again, Chuck,
all the time.
Okay, so we're always looking for happy faces. So the correct way to store this part is with the happy face out. So as you can see, everybody's happy in here.
So the jig is correctly positioned for the next person to use it.
Exactly,
And
but
if it was
based on the
turned
happy
around,
face.
it would indicate just
There would be-
visually, instantly.
Yeah, we
you
thought
can
about
see.
putting frowns.
Right, but you really don't need to because you want to look for that yellow
We're
face.
just looking for a happy face.
That's right. So in every department, it says welcome to paradise because they're responsible for creating a work environment that is very user-friendly and they all want to work here and it's super clean and really well organized. So they are responsible for creating paradise in every one of the respective departments throughout the company. So it always says, welcome to paradise.
You can see here where it says paint rack 3.
Okay. And then it's
So
going to
when
go
I'm
back
done, it's
and
gonna
paint
go
rack
into
3.
paint rack location 3.
So there's a location 3, location 3, location 3. And here we have 6 and 1 and 5. The important thing is on the side of these racks are the letters of the alphabet. You can see them A, B, C, D. I'll look at it this way so you can see it a little better, more clear. And then this tells you the position that they're going to line this rack up for the specific part that they're painting so that the rack is pre-adjusted to the right height. And that information comes up on their iPad for the order that they're performing and painting. So this one right here is going to go into the G letter right there because that it would be indicated on the iPad. and then that's a V or a 5 rack, and that would get stored back there. So all the paint racks are flexible, they're on wheels, so that any configuration can be done very quickly depending upon what they need to perform.
The truck shop of Idaho Wrecker Cells used to be in this building, and then we all got to move into here and totally design our layout. Where we wanted to put our toolbox assembly cell, our welding cells, our fans, everything we got to do ourselves. So it was really exciting. Anywhere you wanted to put a hammer, we were able to.
And I'm noticing pretty much everything's on wheels, so it's very flexible, so you move things if it's not working out.
It is. It makes it really nice for cleaning if something's not working.
The workbench is everything on wheels.
Yep, we built all of our own welding tables.
The welders are on wheels.
Yep, absolutely, everything.
Explain how this works, Kristen.
So this is just a weld tube. Everything that flows into here, this is coming from several different areas. This is all just product that we're going to weld throughout the day. Flows in here, we just start pulling it and welding it and getting it out the door. So everything has our build order card. Every product that we build comes through with a build order. That's telling you exactly who it's for, when it's going to ship, and the sales order number, so I can easily track it.
So I want you to notice this workstation, red tools, red background, right? Everything's shadowed. You go over to this bench, green. So it's very clear what tools go where. And this is purple, right here. And so the tool has a little bit of purple on it right there to be able to identify where it goes. So the yellow obviously is associated with the purple because we have the yellow label here. Let's go look at the green. We've got the green tape here, green there, green there.
Okay, this next one you're going to love. This is a robotic welder, and they have to service this from time to time. So they turn the machine off, the robot comes out, this door opens, and Chuck's team has made this little thing that swings out that has all the appropriate tools, correctly labeled, correctly positioned, so you can easily service the welder. Now, most people would say, oh, that's no big deal. I'll just go get a cart and roll it over here, or I'll just go search for the few tools I need. They're thinking, no, these are seconds, and we're not going to waste even 1 second. So everything is correctly positioned, swings into the best position, and then right back out. All their computer monitors, the same things. They make all these brackets and these fixtures as well, which is really fascinating. They are fantastic metal workers. All their processes are then on computer screens, so as they're training people, they can actually look at the screen and tell them exactly what step they are in the process to make sure they're performing it consistently and producing the quality necessary. They're paint racks, so the part goes on there and then gets rolled into the paint area. Now their toolboxes are unbelievable. This is what they make for towing trucks. This is one of their hundreds of products, but you can actually stand on the door. So they're actually a ladder. They're rated like 350 pounds, very, very high, and you can see there's a specific spot now for the jack to go. So this place was over the top. I cannot tell you how inspired I was after I walked away from this tour of one of the best lean operations I've ever seen. Chuck and your team, you guys are over the top. Thanks so much for all your valuable time and inspiration.